Record. ठीक है, हो रही है ना? Hello. Hello. Yes, today I want to represent the topic protein metabolism. What are proteins? Protein are the polymer of amino acid which play a crucial role in biological process. Protein have many important biological functions like enzyme, antibiotic, transport protein, regulating protein, and structural protein. Enzymes are the biological catalyst, and antibody defends the proteins. Protein metabolism and urea cycle are the main topic to be conducted today. Digestion of the protein. The dietary proteins are denaturated on cooking and therefore more easily to digest by a digestive enzyme. जो डाइटरी प्रोटीन होती वो डिनेचुरेट होती ऑन कुकिंग देयरफॉर ये इजीली डाइजेस्ट होते बाय द डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम. All these are जो enzymes होते हैं वो hydrolyzed in nature. Proteolytic enzyme are secreted as inactive zymogen which are converted to their active form in the intestinal lumen. This would prevent autodigestion of the secretory acini. The proteolytic enzyme includes endopeptidase, exopeptidase. Endopeptidase act on peptide bond inside the protein molecule so that the protein becomes successfully smaller and smaller unit. This group include pepsin, trypsin, chymotrypsin, and lastase. Exopeptidase. This group act as a peptide bond only at the end region of the chain. This include carboxypeptidase acting on the peptide only at the carboxyl terminal and on the chain, which act on peptide bond only at the amino terminal end of the chain. Gastric digestion of the proteins. In the stomach, hydrochloric acid is secreted. It makes a pH optimum for the action of the pepsin and also activates pepsin. This acid also denaturate the protein, but HCl could not break the peptide bond. Thus, in the stomach, HCl alone will not able to digest protein. It needs enzyme. It means that HCl cannot be digested in the stomach. It needs enzyme to be digested. First is renin. Renin, otherwise called chymosin, is active in infant and is involved in curdling of milk. It absent in adult. Milk protein casein is converted to paracasein by the action of renin. The denaturated protein is easily digested further by pepsin. What is pepsin? It is secreted by the chief cell of the stomach as the inactive pepsinogen. So conversion of the pepsinogen to the pepsin is brought about by the HCl. The optimum pH for the activity of pepsin is around pepsin is an endopeptidase. By the action of pepsin, protein जो होता है broke down into proteinase. Second is pancreatic digestion of protein. The optimum pH for the activity of the pancreatic enzyme is 8. Is it provided by the alkaline bile and the pancreatic juice. The secretion of the pancreatic juice is stimulated the, the peptide hormone cholecystokinin and pancreozymin. Pancreatic juice contains the important endopeptidase, namely trypsin, chymotrypsin, elastase, and carboxypeptidase. What is trypso? Trypsinogen is activated by enterokinase present on the intestinal microvillus membrane. Once activated, the trypsin activates other enzyme molecule. जो trypsin होता है वो catalyze होता है hydrolysis of the bond formed by the carboxylic group of arg and lys. Acute pancreatitis, premature activation of trypsinogen inside the pancreas itself will result in the autodigestion of the pancreatic cell. This result in acute pancreatitis. It is a life-threatening condition. What is chymotrypsin? Trypsin will act on chymotrypsinogen so that the active site is formed. Thus, selective proteolysis produce the catalytic site. What is carboxypeptidase? Trypsin and chymotrypsin degrade the protein into small peptide. This further hydrolyzes into dipeptide and tripeptide by carboxypeptide present in the pancreatic juice. They are metalloenzyme requiring zinc. Third is intestinal digestion of the protein. Complete digestion of the small peptide to the level of the amino acid is brought about by the enzyme present in the intestinal juices. Second is the luminal surface of the intestinal epithelial cell contain aminopeptides, which release the N-terminal amino acid successfully. What is general metabolism of amino acid? Dietary protein and body protein are broken down. जो dietary protein होती है और body का protein होता है वो break down होता है to the amino acid. This is called the catabolic reaction. In transamination reaction, amino group of the amino acid is removed to produce the carbon skeleton. The amino group is excreted as urea. The carbon skeleton is used for the synthesis of non-essential amino acid. It is also used for gluconeogenesis or for complete oxidation. Amino acid are used for the synthesis of body protein. Or it is an anabolic reaction. Got it? Formation of ammonia. Why ammonia is formed? The first step in the catabolism of amino acid is the removal of amino group from the ammonia. Ammonia क्या होता है जो highly toxic होता है, especially to nervous system. Detoxification of amino acid by the conversion of to urea and excretion to urine. Transamination. It is the exchange of amino group between two amino acid and another keto acid, forming a new alpha amino acid. The enzyme catalyzing the reaction as a group known as transaminase. This reaction is readily reversible. What is this? See this, our amino acid 1. In this, it contains ammonia. Keto acid 2, it does not contain ammonia. Keto acid 1 equals to plus keto acid 2. Alanine plus oxoglutarine give pyruvate plus glutamate. It is reversible. Biological significance of transamination. First step of catabolism. Ammonia is removed and the rest of the amino acid is entering into catabolic pathway. Synthesis of non-essential amino acid. By the means of transamination, all non-essential amino acid could be synthesized by the body from keto acids available for other sources. Clinical significance of transaminase. Aspirate aminotransferase is the increase in myocardial infarction and alanine aminotransferase in the liver disease. Remember it. Deamination. What is deamination means? Removal of amino acid group from the amino acid as NS3 is deamination. जो removal होता है amino group का from the amino acid is a deamination. Result in the liberation of ammonia for the urea synthesis. The carbon skeleton of the ammonia acid is converted to keto acid. Deamination may be either oxidative or non-oxidative. Remember. Only liver mitochondria contain glutamate dehydroxygenase, which deaminate glutamate to alpha glutarate and ammonia. It needs NAD plus S coenzyme. It is a allostatic enzyme. It is activated by ADP and inhibited by GTP. What is oxidative deamination? It is a liberation of free ammonia from amino group from amino acid coupled with oxidation site. It is mostly in the liver and the kidney. Oxidative deamination is to provide ammonia for urea synthesis and alpha keto acid for a variety of reactions, including energy reaction. What is this? L-glutamate is converted in the presence of GDH into alpha aminoglutarate. In the presence of GDH, H2 is liberated and in the present gives the following alpha ketoglutarate. Non-oxidative deamination. Serine, threonine, hemoserine give respected keto acid. What is trans deamination? Trans deamination means transamination followed by the oxidative deamination. All amino acids are first transported to glutamate, which then finally deaminated to glutadehydrogenase reaction is the final reaction which removes the amino group of all amino acid. Thus, the two components of the reaction are physically far away, but physiological they are coupled. Hence, the term deamination is given. In this, glutamate is converted into oxaloglutarate. See this, glutamate in the presence of transaminase is converted to oxaloglutarate, and amino acid in the presence of clamping is converted to keto acid. Glutamate is converted into oxaloglutarate and NAD and NADPH. Disposal, detoxification of ammonia. First line of defense. Every minute quantity of ammonia may produce toxicity in the CNS. The intracellular ammonia is immediately trapped by glutamic acid to form glutamine, especially in brain cell. So glutamine is then transported to liver, where the reaction is reversed by the enzyme glutaminase. The ammonia thus generated is immediately detoxified into urea. The second step is a final disposal. Ammonia from all over the body but reaches liver, is then into urea by liver cell through kidney. Urea is the end product of protein metabolism. What is urea cycle? The urea cycle is also known as Krebs Hensley urea cycle. As ornithine is the first member of the reaction sequence, it is also called ornithine cycle. Two nitrogen atoms of the urea derive from two different sources, one from ammonia and other from the aspartic acid. Remember it. Urea molecule. Step of urea cycle. There are 5 steps of urea cycle. Formation of carbamoyl phosphate, formation of citrulline, formation of arginosuccinate, formation of arginine, and formation of urea. What is steps of urea cycle? There are 5 steps of urea cycle. In this, first step is carbamoyl phosphate plus 2 ADP plus phosphate. Second is citrulline is converted into arginosuccinate by the presence of ATP, and then it is converted into arginine by the presence of fumarate, and arginine is converted into ornithine. Regulation of urea cycle. During starvation, the activity of urea cycle enzyme is elevated to meet the increased rate of protein catabolism. The major regulatory step is catalyzed by CPS, carbamyl phosphate synthetase 1, where the positive effector of N-acetyl glutamate. Disorder of the urea cycle. Hyperammonemia is the deficiency of urea enzyme in the body. If block occur in one of the earlier steps, the condition is more severe since ammonia is itself accumulate. If deficiency occur in later enzyme, this results in the accumulation of other intermediate, which are less toxic, hence symptoms are less. Accumulation जो होता है ammonia का in the blood, if less than 50 mg per dl, the body result in toxic symptom. Brain is very sensitive to ammonia. Child may be put on low protein diet. Frequently, small feeds are given. Since citrulline is present in significant quantity in milk, breast milk is to avoid citrullinemia. Urea level in blood and urea. The normal urea level in plasma is 20 to 40 mg per dl. Blood urea level is increased where renal function is inadequate. Urinary excretion of urea is 15 to 30 gram per day, and urea constitutes 80% of urea organic solids. Thank you so much. If you have any query, you can contact me.